Hi, I'm Dr. Brenda Wade, your modern love doctor. Are you in love with an addict? I'm going to tell you signs that you may in fact be in love with an addict or have a family member or friend suffering from addictive illness. And I'm going to tell you what you can do about it, which is probably the most important thing. Now, you may know the signs already. That person's behavior, mood, personality changes when they're using. They may be sweet when they're not, and suddenly you notice they're angry, they're moody, they may lie, they may cheat, they may get very, very irascible. 20% of people who commit acts of violence say that they were using some illicit drug or they were drunk before they committed that act. Why? Because any drug changes the brain. And because we have a sweeping wave to legalize marijuana use, and I'm a fan because I don't think people should be locked up. I think people should be helped if they have a problem with a drug. It's an illness. It's not that you're a bad person. So marijuana use, people think, is much safer than alcohol. Well, guess what? About 15% of people who use alcohol become addicted, and 10% of those who use marijuana become addicted. So we only have a 5% difference in rates of addiction. The brain is a programmable tool. If you introduce chemicals or anything repetitively in your brain chemistry changes, and the brain begins to uptake that substance instead of the neurotransmitters that are good for you, and it flips the other direction. You're more likely to crave those substances if you're low on the good neurotransmitters and feeling anxiety and depression as a result. So what do you do? If you think you're in love with an addict or someone you care about has any of those symptoms, there are 3 things you can do. Many people say, oh my God, they're an addict, just end the relationship. I don't say that outright unless the person is abusive or violent, in which case you've got to get out. You must protect yourself, and especially if you are a parent with children. Children don't deserve to be caught in a situation where there's violence. It is so traumatizing to them, and it follows them into their adult lives with sometimes devastating consequences. And I mean devastating. So you can also, and this is my best recommendation, combine a support group designed for people who love someone with that addiction. There's Nar-Anon for those in relationships with those addicted to narcotics. There's Al-Anon for those addicted to alcohol. We have Sex Addicts Anonymous for those in relationships with sex addicts. And some people, oh, sex addiction. Yes, it's a thing. The brain changes. There are different chemicals created, and it's a brain syndrome too. So whatever the addiction, and there are 14, Gam-Anon for gambling addicts, there's so many different addictions, 14 in all. There is a 12-step program for those who are in relationship with a person with that addiction. Get help for yourself so you can set healthy boundaries and not contribute to the addiction by doing behaviors that are dysfunctional. Now, the last thing is you can use an intervention. You can put together an intervention, use a specialist. Do not attempt to do it yourself. Find a specialist online. There are some nonprofits that provide intervention services if money's an issue. But please, whatever you do, don't continue to act as if this is nothing. These diseases are progressive. Like any other disease, they get worse with time. All right, I'm Dr. Brenda Wade, your modern love doctor. Hit me back, drbrendawade.com, on any social media platform. Blessings.